I'm Dennis Coker. I'm the principal chief of the Lenape Indian Tribe of Delaware. So I am related to all of the Lenape that are here, and I'm actually related to everyone that is here. I'm honored to be invited to this group. This group is not about me, but when you're in a position of leadership with any group, especially the Lenape, you're looked up to a great extent in trying to facilitate the activities of the group. So when I see something that I think would be of interest to the group, I try to make that happen. Which happened to be the case today. I was in a position and I met a person and I said, I think this is a perfect fit for this particular group that are trying to discover themselves, discover their purpose together, and facilitate a healthier, cleaner environment and the healing of our Mother Earth. So those are all things that we all share in common, and it's my desire to see that this is successful because it's so important to me. I'm an environmentalist to a great degree. I'm advocating here and there and sitting on these boards and commissions and trying to do what I can, because it seems that non-native people are thirsting for native wisdom, for traditional wisdom. And so discovering those gifts that we all have is very important to me. I certainly believe that we all have them. Mine happens to be the gift of gab. That being said, welcome everyone to Lenape Hoking, the land of the Lenape.
I am so happy to be here, and especially to meet you, to meet these beautiful women, all of you. Well, I met a few of you at Lynn's house at the Pachamama Alliance meeting, in May. Okay, so 3 reflections. Because thank you so much for honoring, my knowledge. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the words that you use. But I don't consider myself a wise woman. The elders are. You are. Not because you are old, because wisdom comes, along the years and teach us. And we return that knowledge to others. So I am in my training. I am in my way, like my elders do, down in the Amazon jungle. Elders meaning men and women, both, abuelos and abuelas, grandfathers and grandmothers. But not only my own family, my blood grandmother or my blood grandfather. No, I'm saying elders from the mountains and elders from the jungle. All of us, together. So thank you for honoring, with this beautiful word, wisdom. But I would prefer to call myself a spiritual activist. Because for indigenous people, and I believe among all the tribes, being an activist, meaning, defending, working so hard to protect Mother Earth, is spiritual too. It's both. And in the way that I and we, or a few of you, approach to this meaning of love and honoring Mother Earth, is this kind of profound female understanding of relationship. When I say that I am a spiritual activist, I'm saying that we don't separate, we don't divide in two different fields. Actually, the Western world, meaning at the current time, this world, that represent this country and Europe and Canada, they classify, they categorize in all of these different concepts, in all of these different approach, in all of these different, I call, boxes. Many people at this current time, and I am not talking about only related to people from the United States. I'm talking about my own people down in Lima, the capital of Peru. I mean, Peruvian urban people. They cannot understand the relationship that is being spiritual and being an activist. And I wonder about the Lenape tradition, especially related to women. I don't know about your traditions in terms to use a particular sacred medicine, a particular sacred instrument, a particular sacred approach to honor Mother Earth, Creator, the universe. But in the Amazon jungle, down in Peru, all over the Amazon, Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, all of us, we use plant medicine, master plants, to connect with that deep meaning of relationship to being spiritual and an activist. So I wondered about the Lenape traditions, in that way. We use plant medicine, strong plant medicine, to connect in that way, to remove all the stuff that we carry in our minds, to remove all the sickness that we carry in our bodies, to remove all of this negativity that we keep in our spirits. Plant medicine heal us, clean us, and then open a profound understanding of our connection to the universe and sacredness. So are you following me, or is that? Yes. Okay. Because sometimes I speak, my Indian language, so which is not quite right in terms of the speak English language.
You are fine.
So my reflection is actually, because I have the honor to have you as two group of women, the Lenape women and the Pachamama Alliance women, bringing together and trying to create a community. What means for you both being an activist, and what means for you both the meaning of being spiritual? This is my first reflection and my first question. I explained about myself, right? Mm-hmm. So this is my question to you back. Mm-hmm. The second reflection is, if, and this is a reflection from myself, dear friends, when I come to your country, I learn a lot about myself. I grow myself, spiritually and intellectually, both. You know, a lot. You have no idea, dear friends, how strong I feel now, how deep is my commitment to serve Mother Earth, and how deep is this calling to honor indigenous knowledge. And this is thanks to you, thanks to all of these beautiful women and men who come to see me and work with them. You know, through you, I learn about myself. Through this conversation that we have right now, or we had with Dennis, it brings to me a lot of reflections and allows me to evolve myself as a human being, as a woman, and of course, as an Indian. Because even that one of you, dear sisters, I don't remember if it was you, that it doesn't matter that we have from this land,
Yes,
from
Sarah.
other territory, or from other tribe. But you know, dear sister, it does. It does, because in the ancient times, even for you, you know that your ancestors came from other continent. We already have clans. Different clans, different tribes. You know, Spaniards were not quite similar like English people, or English people was not quite similar to Russian people or French people. So in the ancient times, we have our own tribes. We were part of our clans. A blood clan or a spiritual clan, or both. Like we are in the Amazon jungle until now, you know, with clans and family and extending families and communities. You know, we call them ethnic groups. Here you call tribes and ethnic groups, you know, that, you know, component different clans, a bunch of different families, and each community has a particular definition, has a particular approach. And each tribe, each ethnic group has a particular connection to Mother Earth. Some of them fish and live close to the river. Some of them hunt and live away, far away up in the mountains. And some of them just in the middle, where they, you know, develop this agricultural system. So even that we look similar, at the same time, we have different clans. So this is my second reflection. With all of this human diversity, can we call ourselves that we are equal? Can we call ourselves that we are similar? So this is my deep reflection. I'm not saying that I have the answer. I don't have the answer. I am learning. And what is the meaning of bringing together without any difference between cultural approach or different belief system or different philosophy. So you have to help me to understand better this current time, this current Western culture, this current global culture. Because I come from the Amazon, and my thoughts, my understanding, my knowledge is always related to my tribe, to my clans, to my Amazonian people, even that I honor people from the Andes in the highlands. I honor them so much. I honor all of their divinities. The Apus, the gods of the mountains, the spirits of the river. I honor all of them. The sacred coca leaves that my grandmother used a long time ago, I honor them. But still, I feel that each one of us has a particular distinction. And that distinction, what means among women at this time? Are we equal? Are we similar? Are we the same? And I am speaking, as a woman, as an Indian woman with you. Some of you are Indian, some of you are from different tribes. I don't want to use, this rude approach of you are white, because probably, it sounds quite rude, but from different tribes.
Yes.
And what is the meaning of that? Because for me, being a spiritual activist, still I see the differences down in Peru between people from the jungle and people from the mountains. And I am not talking about racism. No. This is another different huge topic. This is another thing. No, I'm talking in terms of being spiritual and activist. And being an Indian, Indian spiritual activist. And being a woman spiritual activist. So, these travels that, give me this incredible opportunity to evolve myself in terms of my own mission and my own commitment to Mother Earth and to my people, bring me also a new approach of myself. I wonder if someday soon I will call myself only a spiritual activist woman. That's it. Will I lose my identity if I describe myself as a spiritual activist woman? I'm not saying like I do now, an indigenous spiritual activist woman. This is a new topic of reflection that brings to us the definition and the meaning of identity. And we are mothers. And not because we give birth only in that way, no, because we carry this incredible gift to give life, to protect life, and to pass the wisdom to others, to the next generation. So this is my second reflection. My third reflection is, what is the mission of the women at this time. What is the mission? Being a mother, being a good daughter, being a good professional, be a good or excellent human being. What else? What else? You know, dear friends, for me, it's amazing the transformation that I have into myself visiting this country. Indigenous people down in Peru, I don't know around here, probably you have some. We are very close to this kind of, I don't know if it's correct in English, you know, fatalistic approach. Is that correct? Fatalistic approach. We are. I am. When I read the newspapers, well, I do it down in Peru. Here, I open my computer to read, you know, the news. Oh my gosh, I see all around the world, all over the planet, tragedy plus tragedy plus tragedy among humans, and humans against the beauty of Mother Earth, meaning trees and animals and water. And as an Indian, I am very fatalista. What is fatalista in English?
Fatalistic.
Fatalistic. Fatalistic. Fatalistic. Oh my
That
God,
it
this
is
is so
fated,
strong.
and there's nothing we can do. Yeah.
Well, you understand me.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Yeah, this is
Well,
a
hopeless for change. But there's no possibility for it being any differently than it is. Or
This is my point. Hopeless for change. What change? My reflection is that and we were talking on the way that Dennis and Ruth, you know, drove me here, and including women, dear friends, including women. Currently speaking about commitment. We love to talk about change and transformation, but we never want to renounce to our privilege.
I missed that last word.
So
We don't want to renounce our privilege.
we don't.
Can you say renounce our privilege? What do we mean?
Renounce to our privilege is just to leave your air conditioning.
That's what I thought you meant. Just checking. No wonder I couldn't hear it. My privilege? No. Your privilege, not my privilege.
No, but I'm speaking in general.
Yes, no, I
I'm
got it.
speaking in general.
I know.
Yeah, we're talking.
You know, to use your car for many long distances, just because it's too crowded out there. So I want to drive my own car and not take a public transportation because it's too hot, too heavy, too intense, too stressful, etc., etc., etc. Or because I have this beautiful, lovely family that if I renounce to my benefits, what about their future? I wonder. And I reflect a lot about that, including myself, all the time. All the time, because You know, dear friends, and I am not judging you in any way. I am not, please, just honor my words. But dear friends, you have a tremendous, tremendous privilege here. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, you don't have idea. You know, every single day, every single morning, every single evening, every single night, I pray. I pray for all of our millions of people around the planet that they don't have access to drink clear water. They don't have access to eat vegetables, fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. But this simple thing. So I'm saying into myself when I pray, am I privileged? Am I a privileged woman to come here to this country and talk to you and spread the word about the importance to protect Mother Earth? Yes, I am privileged. I am. Millions of indigenous people don't have access to any level of education. I am privileged to speak your language, even that I speak Spanglish many times, but I am privileged. I am privileged to have wonderful friends who pay my ticket to fly here and speak to you. I am privileged to have this wisdom that runs into my blood. I am. And also, I am very responsible to use that. Very responsible. You know, every single time that I am visiting your country, I tend to be more responsible. I have to honor that responsibility, but not like an obligation. No. Responsibility, dear friends, doesn't mean obligation. No. It's way far away from that meaning. Responsibility means honoring this knowledge, honoring to walk into the north in this path, honoring to be here with you, to share, to learn from one another, honoring this tremendous gift that Creator gave to us at this time, at this moment. Because, dear friends, it's easy. It's easy for each one of you, as it's easy for me, to create a new illusion and develop my ego, because I carry this knowledge. So instead to embrace you, instead to talk to you quite gentle, I will sit up in this position and see you like this. It's easy. Dear friends, it's easy. I saw many times these shamans that come to this country or go to Europe or Canada. Because people in general are so, how can I say this?
Gullible?
I don't know. Hungry. Wow. I understand that you honor all of this ancient knowledge. I understand that. But why this attitude? I am real. I go to the bathroom. I need to drink water. I need to pee. I poop. Same like you. Are you following me? Are you following my deep reflection? As a woman, as a spiritual activist, as a spiritual teacher of my own people, and for the coming generations all over. So this is the goal, that this is the goal that I honor my elders. All of them are so humble. They work so hard in the morning, in the evening, hugging the earth and bringing the plátanos on their back, and wear simple clothes and walk without shoes, and living, the real life. Instead to create all of this new stuff that, in my perception, overwhelming us. It's too much. How we can talk about liberation or freedom or hope if we all are overwhelming, even suffocated? Not because it's the heat. No, it's about all of this stuff that we already created. So it's this is energy too. And we are not conscious many times. And we have to be more we. Wise woman. All of us. And not distract ourselves easily. So every single morning, every single night, I quite clearly remember the way that my elders walk into their lives. Because, dear friends, I am visiting this country at this time 4 months. It's a lot. And I am traveling around, visiting many places, meeting many diversity of people. Young, old, men, women, children, kids, people of color, Native American people, white people, Japanese people. It's amazing, it's wonderful, to approach to that culture. For me it's a new exploration of myself. But again, am I available to go back to my roots all the time and honoring myself? Or because I represent a new, how can I say, evolution of being an Indian woman, I will adopt a new way of life. And I want to finish this part of my reflection saying and asking to you, because I asked already to my spiritual family in upstate New York, if the price that I have to pay to cross my borders, meaning the Amazon jungle, will cost me to lose my wild human nature. And this is a very deep question that I constantly ask to myself. If I will lose my wild, beautiful Amazonian woman and being more well educated, more Western, because my mission almost obligate me to move on that way. So, you see, there is a purpose. Always there is a purpose why we are here. For each one of you, for each one of us. So now, because you are my gender, and you carry this wisdom too, help me to understand myself. And help me to walk in the right direction. Because as I know what is the meaning of every little thing down in the Amazon jungle, you know what is each one of these little or bigger meaning of everything in this culture. So my reflections go to you. And now bring to me.